Welcome to the Kirklees College Virtual Open Day for Hospitality and Catering. If you have any questions, please type them into chat and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. This video starts with a short video of our Huddersfield Centre.
Hello, my name is Gary Schofield. I'm the Curriculum Area Manager of the Hospitality and Catering Departments, and I'd like to welcome you to our Virtual Open Day. Here in the Hospitality Department, we have a variety of qualifications designed to give you the best learning experience whilst you study with us here. Our first one is our Introduction to Culinary Skills. This will give you a basic understanding of food preparation and cookery techniques. This is a very practical course. It does have some elements of theory work, but is designed to be mainly practical and you'll be working with food. Our Level 2 Diploma in Professional Cookery is at slightly higher level, and depending on your Maths and English grades, you may wish to study at Level 1 or Level 2. This is also a practical course. It teaches you preparation and cookery techniques also, but this qualification does have quite a lot of assignment work and also has a final synoptic end test. For those of you wishing to follow the pastry and front of house route, we have our cafe culture course. This combines both of those elements, and you will be working in our own Landing 72 restaurant and also our custom bakery, serving and producing pastry and sweet goods for afternoon teas and lunches. For those of you wishing to enter the world of work, we have both our apprenticeship programs, our level 2 commis chef and our level 2 hospitality team member. These are done 1 day in college and 4 days in your chosen workplace. For this, you must have a full-time job in a suitable establishment. So, why choose us? Well, here in the hospitality department, we have all the modern facilities to help you achieve your qualifications. Your classes will be held in our training kitchens and our restaurant Landing 72. As well as your regular classes, we will work at a host of different events, from breakfast and lunch meetings in Landing 72 to external events where recently our learners helped with the catering at the university graduation dinner, and prestigious events such as the catering for the VIP facilities at the Tour de Yorkshire with Asparagus Green Catering. Now, depending on your maths and English grades, your timetable will stem between 12 to 16 hours per week. These are usually over 3 days, and on the days when you are not in college, these days are for study time or for you to find yourself a part-time job in a suitable catering establishment to increase your professional skills. We run a variety of different activities such as competitions and guest speakers. Students are encouraged to enter competitions such as the Nestle Talk Tour, which is a nationwide competition for students, and we also run our own in-house Hell's Kitchen in conjunction with Total Food Services. This is one of our suppliers who are based in Huddersfield. We have a variety of guest speakers visiting the section. We had recently chocolatier Mark Tilling, winner of MasterChef The Professionals. He has done demonstrations with our learners producing chocolate goods. We also had Michelin star chef Guillermo of Sosa and HB Ingredients. We also have past students demonstrating to our learners. This was LaShawn Price from Prep. He's a regular contributor to all of our sessions. The hospitality courses you will study are recognised worldwide. You will study in 5 state-of-the-art training kitchens and a restaurant, furnished with the latest equipment to assist you in achieving your qualifications. Now let's take a tour of some of the facilities we have. Our first video is of training kitchen number 3. As you can see, it's nice, light and airy, very modern. You will not need to bring any equipment with you. The only equipment you'll need to bring will be your chef's whites and your knives. We provide all the ingredients. Each student has their own work surface, has their own sink, well, they share a sink, and you also have your own cooker with solid top and oven. As you can see at the front, we have an interactive whiteboard, so you can surf the internet for recipes and use the work on the VLE. Our second video is of our Landing 72 restaurant and Starbucks cafe. This is where you will study some of your classes at level 2 and 3, also at level 4, where we will run the restaurant. You'll produce menus, recipes. You'll also work front of house, because there is an element of front and back of house with hospitality and catering, which you are required to have knowledge of both. Our restaurant is open Tuesdays through till Friday at lunchtimes. It's open to members of the public, so you can invite your mum, dad, carers, friends, etc. down, and you can give them their lunch. They will have to pay for it, of course. And it's also open Thursday evenings, which is mainly run by the level 3s and level 4 students. Our final video is our bakery. Here is where we produce cakes, pastries, desserts, sugar work to be sold in Landing 72. All of the food that we produce in the training kitchens is sold through the restaurant. Here, as you can see, each student will have their own work surface and table. We have a prover retarder there for bread making, our 5-deck baking oven. Down the bottom of the kitchen there, we have our combi oven, glass chiller, and flour and sugar supplies. Also in here as well, again, is internet access, so you can check recipes, etc., etc. For your studies with us, you will be required to provide your own chef's uniform. We refer to these as whites, and also your knives. You will be required to wear your chef's uniform in your practical classes. We have changing facilities here at college, and you will be expected to change into your whites at college, ready to start your classes. Your knives are your toolkit, and you will be expected to look after them and keep them sharp. Don't worry, we will show you how to do this. You will need your uniform and knives before you start your course. We use a company called Russens for these. These are based in Rotherham, and you can go online and search Russens and have a look at the uniform and the kit that they provide. There are many recipe books out in circulation. The two that will really help are the Professional Chefs Level 1 Diploma 2nd edition and the Practical Cookery Level 2 14th edition. These are specifically written with your course in mind. So, what can I do after I've completed my course? Well, if you're starting at level 1, you can move on to level 2. We can do NVQ route or VRQ. If you're starting at level 2, you can progress on to level 3, again, NVQ3 or VRQ3. Also as well, we can split the VRQ3 into pastry and larder prep. From level 3, you can go to level 4, which is restaurant management and kitchen management. But if those aren't for you, then we're out into the world of work. Now, careers in catering have changed drastically over the last few years. It's no longer just working in a restaurant or working in a hotel. You can, like I said earlier in the presentation, you can take your qualifications around the world. You can work in many, many different countries. There's event catering, football matches, motor racing venues, festivals, there's catering cruise liners. You can become a freelance chef, where you can do front of house work, film and TV, location, catering, or you could start your own business if you're so inclined. There are many, many things to do. Just don't think that you have to start with a restaurant or a pub or a hotel and stay there. You can travel all around the world. It's done as well, and each member of my team have all either worked around the world, worked in different countries, been a head chef, owned their own restaurant. It's an exceptionally good career to choose, and thank you for choosing it. So thank you very much for listening, and has anybody got any questions?
Right, I hope you found that useful. We'll go over to Gary, who can answer the questions that are getting typed in. You ready to go, Gary? You're on mute.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all well.
Okay, Gary, right. Some of the questions that have come in. Do I have to pay for my own ingredients?
No, college provides all the ingredients for your practical sessions. You can buy it once you've produced it and bring it home. That's an option, but no, you'd have to pay for your ingredients.
Okay, can you accommodate food allergies on the course? I have a nut allergy.
Yes, all we need to know prior is what allergy you do have. We can look out for that. That's not a problem.
Okay, if I don't have my GCSE maths, do I resit it alongside my programme?
Yes, yeah. If you don't achieve your GCSE, you will resit and you'll work towards that at the side of your programme. Yes.
Okay. Do I start at level 3 if I've got 5 GCSEs?
No, you would start at level 2 There are certain elements of level 3 catering that I would expect you not to know, and that you'd need to know, and we'd start you at level 2 because it is a practical subject, not academic.
Okay, there's a question around the impact of COVID, Gary. Do you think jobs will become available for students?
I think that although now at the minute it's not very good, places aren't open or they're only open for takeaways. I think that in the future, this next 12 to 18 months, there is going to be a massive staff shortage within the hospitality and catering industry. And I think now is a perfect time to start training towards that, because in 2 years, 18 months, 2 years, 3 years time, there will be lots of job opportunities as places start to reopen and the original staff are no longer in hospitality and catering. I think there will be huge opportunities.
Okay. Can you give someone asked for a bit more information about cafe culture and how that's different to the other level 2 course?
Yeah, the VRQ or the MVQ level 2s are sort of kitchen based, whereas the cafe culture focuses more around front of house skills and pastry skills. So it's more in tune to working in a cafe or running your own cafe.
Okay, my school doesn't do GCSE food. Does that matter?
Not at all. No.
Okay. Are there any exams? Is it more practical?
It's all the majority of this of your work is practical. There is some assignment work in depending which route you go down. It's VRQ or NVQ. You will spend 90% of your time working in the kitchen in practical sessions. There obviously are elements of theory and assignment work to be done, but the majority of it is practical based.
Okay. Can you choose a specialism, as in learning a certain type of cooking?
Yes, we do pastry specialism at level 3, and also sort of level 2 cafe culture if you want to go down that route. Although we do recommend that you choose your specialism at level 3, because if you do your basic cookery qualifications, you're not narrowing your qualification field too early. It's always better to specialise at level 3.
Okay, we've got a question around kit, Gary. How much do the chef whites cost?
The chef's whites this year, including knives, for the full set, and were £170, but we haven't had the prices yet for next academic year. Obviously, depending on what course you are doing, that's for the full set. If you're doing the level 1, then it's slightly less because you don't need quite as much kit.
Okay, and someone's just typed on that. Can I buy my own knives, or do I have to use the knives you recommend?
You can buy your own knives, but you need to have the correct knives, so it's probably best to speak with us first before you do that. The knife set that we recommend through Russums is a basic set, but it will enable you to gain skills, and then what you can do is you can replace your knives as you become more proficient.
Okay, do I spend a lot of time in the kitchens?
Yes, you will spend a lot of time in the kitchens.
Okay, this is an apprenticeship question.
Okay.
Do you think vacancies will be available for September?
As long as we're allowed to open and restaurants are allowed to open, I don't see why not. I haven't got a crystal ball. I can't say yes or no. As long as the Boris allows restaurants to open up, I don't see why not.
Okay, we've got, because my son wants to be a chef and wants to be working. What would you say would be the best route, full-time or an apprenticeship?
It all depends on which. They both have the bonuses. With an apprenticeship, if you would like to, if you've had enough of the education system, you're into the world of work. It's full-time work. You come to college 1 day a week. If you've not had enough of the education system and you still like it, then you would come to college 3 days a week, depending on maths and English, maybe 4. And then what you would do is you could get a part-time job and work over weekends. So there's bonuses to both. It all depends on which route you want to go down. Apprenticeship, if you've got a job and you've found a job that you like and you're happy with, then that's the way to go. Full time, you can then pick and choose where you want to work, but you're getting your education at the same time.
Okay. What adaptations have you made for COVID?
Sorry, what?
What adaptations have you made for COVID?
Class sizes are slightly smaller, and we have social distancing. Obviously, students in the kitchens are always taught to wash their hands anyway. When they're working with food. We've also staggered start times for classes, so not everybody's arriving at once and using the changing rooms. And at the minute, we are working remotely, doing theory work.
Okay, we've just got back. Same person about the knives has put a question in about the uniform.
Yeah.
What does the uniform comprise of, and is it enough to last them all week?
It's enough to last you all week, but you will need to launder it. You should, once you've had your whites on in the kitchen, you should launder them anyway. It comprises of chef's jacket, apron, trousers, hat, a knife roll and knife set. And there's obviously, I think it's 2 pairs of trousers. You can buy more if you wish. I think we've got 2 jackets, 2 aprons that are on the order form, but you can. And just another thing on uniform, you can buy it cheaper through Amazon and various other ones, but the material tends to be not quite as comfortable, and you're in it for most of the day. So it's the ones we choose they're chosen for a reason.
Okay, so that's we've got a couple of questions around applying. I'll answer them. Yes, you can still apply. You can apply via the college website, or if you're in a Kirklees school, then you can use Get Into, and we are still accepting applications. We have adapted our application process to accommodate COVID, but the applications team will liaise directly with individual applicants on how that may impact on them. There's just a couple of questions left, Gary.
Yeah.
It's a final call to anybody. What kind of jobs realistically can you go into? Do you have to stay to level 3?
You don't have to stay to level 3. Once you get to level 2, you're professionally qualified as a chef. Then actually, once the restaurants, bars, etc., all open and events start taking place, the world's your oyster. You can go travelling and take them around the world. Obviously, if the travel restrictions allow you to. There'll be events that'll be happening that have been postponed through COVID. Like there'll be Glastonbury festivals, things like that. You can go and do freelance chef work as well, where you join an agency and you can go to various different places and pick and choose where you want to work.
Okay, so this question, somebody's into some other stuff. As you said, you would teach us how to sharpen knives. Would this include using whetstones?
No, it wouldn't include in a whetstone. That's a very different kettle of fish. We'll teach you to keep the edge on your knives. Okay. If you allow your knives to go blunt, then you would have to take them to be ground down by a professional.
Okay, that's all the questions that have come in. Thank you very much, Gary. I hope everybody found that useful. If you'd like to attend another of our virtual open days or watch a previous event, then you can visit our website www.kirkleescollege.ac.uk and go to the virtual open days page. Our next set of virtual open days take place in March. You will be able to book on there, but we also have recordings of previous events and videos of all centres. If you have any further questions, then you can email info@kirkleescollege.ac.uk or call 01484 437 070. That number is on the website, and a member of the info team will be available until 4 o'clock today to answer your questions. A recording of this presentation will be made available on the website next week if you would like to go back and listen again. Thank you very much for joining us.